back, everybody. Fun video today. 2 cases of Dynasty because you know what else would we be doing? Today's video is sponsored by fleshandbloodcards.com. I will link below. Chad and his son Isaac run that business. You'll see them a lot in European events. They're based in the UK, I believe. There's actually a video of them featured on the channel already opening an alpha box with me. Well, they bought it off me at Lille, and then we opened it at my hotel room. But definitely check them out. Great guys. You'll see them again at European events mostly. Probably NA events if they open them up. So this is going to be for... Why was I going to write the full thing? I'll try Chad. Just so accountability. That's Chad's, the other one's mine. I'll open Chad's first, then I'll open mine. And yeah, please subscribe if you're here. We're not far off the 3,000 mark. I'll probably do a giveaway of some sort. Haven't thought about what to do, but the big giveaway is at 5,000 subs, which is an alpha box that one of you will win. So yeah, hoping to hit a Command and Conquer for myself. Obviously, I won't be unhappy if Chad hits it. Hoping to hit... I actually don't care much for the Marvel Emperor because I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing some cards to play with. So Command and Conquer is for me. Chad, I hope you go super EV because you will sell the cards since that's what you do for a living. But again, fleshandbloodcards.com. I will link below. They do ship worldwide. Check them out. All right, I'm gonna go through this fairly quickly because you've all seen the cards, right? That's why. Today I played an Armory. I played on Reiner for the 2nd time ever. Went 3-1. It's not a bad hit. Double Majestic pack, double Brainstorm pack. My prize pack actually had a Cold Ford Irina's Prayer, which was... That's a spicy one to hit as your free... Excuse me, I just turned the aircon on. It's a warm day in Sydney. It's been cold though. My hay fever does not like the swings in temperature. It sends my sinuses into overdrive. 2nd foil Majestic. So far, so good. Hope everyone's been well. Not much to update you guys on. We've got a spicy interview coming up on Thunder with Carolina, or Uzi Squirt on Twitter. She's won the cosplay competition twice. Won at Taylor twice, won at Jersey, and won at Worlds. She did the Exude Confidence girl. I don't know if the Exude Confidence character has a name, but that's what she's known for. And then also won on Chain, Gender Bender Chain at Worlds, which is very cool. Clearly talented. I do believe we should probably be giving cosplayers like Carolina like official status, like get them... I mean, they don't think... I guess, I don't know how LSS does their cosplay. If they pay them, if they pay their accommodation and stuff, if they... You know, but it'd be cool to see some official recognition either way, and get someone like Carolina who plays the game and cosplays the game, like official recognition, not just her winning fan contests over and over. But, you know, it's LSS's job, not mine. We'll see what they do. So far, some stingy packs. I've had a lot of fun opening this product. I think a lot of people are having a lot of fun opening this product. It's not, you know, there's stock out there, but ooh, that's something big. I think it's a Cold Foil Hyperdriver, actually. Yes, it is. Still, cool to see. Do these only come in yellow? I've only hit yellows myself. I think I've seen them in the other colors, but I only see them in yellow. That's like the 4th or 5th yellow I've seen. Unless they only come in yellow, but I thought it was a 9 of... someone will tell me if I'm wrong. Now, there's a couple of things that's going on. with this set. I'm gonna maybe slow roll this pack. 1, 2, 3. So just watch the pack: Brute, Warrior, Ninja, Wizard, Illusionist. Right? You will, also see Ranger cards in here, but you'll see 5. Every pack's the same. This slot is always Assassin. This slot is always Assassin. That can be Rainbow Foil, that can be Cold Foil, that can be Legendary, it can be Majestic Foil. You'll hit a double foil pack quite often. The reason I mention this, your extractions and other cards that people might be saying are short printed are sitting in here in your bulk. And there's a lot of new players that have opened and then gone back into their bulk and seen all these Majestics and all these foils. If you watch box breaks like me or Chris Sires or a whole bunch of others like Cards and Michael, people that open a lot of packs, please don't go as fast as we do if you're not familiar with the pack. I get called out a lot on stream because I do these ones and I just look at the bottom. See, you can see the little M, right? I see that. So sometimes it looks like I've just put, because if I see that that's a rare, I put it in the chaff pile, but I'm just going fast because it's an experience thing. Also, I need to make the content entertaining, so going too slow is not good. But yeah, please go through your bulk. That's a cool hit. Jubile foil. These are, see again, double rainbow foil. That was in the assassin slot. It's just there. That you should check it. Reason I say that, I don't know, we've had no confirmation that extraction is short printed, but people keep saying it is. I think part of it is because it's in that assassin slot, and it might be in, there might be a lot of cards in people's bulk piles, and the majority of people that open are always not YouTubers. They're not single stores. It's the public, the mass public. That's where all the stuff gets opened. Everyone else is opening, I, for one person, open a lot, but for world quantity of the set, open very little, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. Check your bulk. Let me know if you do check your bulk and find something spicy in there. You're welcome. It's unlikely it's a legendary or something, because they usually stick out and they're very foily and shiny, but non-foil Majestics are very easy. I personally miss them all the time when I'm recording. All the time people, will watch the video back and say, hey, you missed the Majestic. It's why I go through my bulk after the fact. Iron Song Pride. See, you don't see Iron Song Pride that often. I've opened a whole case and not seen a single one. I haven't done the numbers. I sort of did them roughly for someone the other day, but it's very... See, look, Surgical Extraction. There you go. Money card. All right, box 1 is a win because we hit a Surgical Extraction. It's pretty much that simple. That's, I think, the highest priced Majestic in the set. I think it's already in foil more than the Iron Song Pride in full art is, which is crazy because I guarantee you there's a lot less Iron Song Prides in full art. I don't know how much Regicide full art goes for, but that has a legendary text, which means only 1 can go in the deck, not 3. So that in and of itself will probably... Anyway, it's less relevant. Also, a Regicide. What did I say? Did I say Surgical? I'm talking about Regicide, the one with legendary text on it. Regicide, I don't believe is that playable. I think you put it in the deck because it's a blue that blocks for 3, but I think it's only playable in CC. I'm going to put the foil gold out here because you definitely don't see that many golds in foil. And although we'll probably get a cold foil version, I think everyone's going to jump on those because you sort of want a cold foil gold token to go with your cold foil Crown of Dominion, right? So I don't see them being readily available for people. Under the Paw. So this is box 2 in Chad's case. If you are skipping through the video, Chad is the owner of fleshandbloodcards.com. Him and his son Isaac run that. Isaac's actually, you guys might know him. He does qualify and play a lot of high-level events. I'm not, I don't follow every player. I don't know if he's won, what he's won or top 8'd, but I know he's a very good player, accomplished player. I believe he tests or plays a lot with Matthew Folks. They're in the same region. They're definitely familiar with each other. But yeah, Chad is a card merchant. Supporter of the channel for a very long time. I think he's one of our earliest members. The earliest, I believe, is Rob. Brother Rob, as he's known on YouTube. But yeah, support them if you need cards, especially in the UK region. But they do ship international. And you do see them often at events. Cold foil Hornet Sting. Second cold foil. So 1 a box so far. I think we're at halfway on this particular box. Shred. And I'm realizing my camera might not be centered on my hands. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, which means I'm not checking the viewfinder often. Comment below what you guys are playing. Ooh, there's a Regicide. With Dynasty. We're sort of waiting for ProQuest season, I think, to get a lot of data. Armories don't really count. I think a lot of competitive players skip armories altogether, or definitely don't bring their like their best, most tuned decks that they think they can. Whew. All right, legendary number 1. Unfortunately, not a high value one, but I'll speak about this in a second. I think it will be much higher value. So the way Fab works economically, and Chad, actually, if you want to comment below, mate, because you actually make a living off this conversation we're about to have. So the Emperor is really cheap right now. Probably one of the cheapest legendaries in the game, full stop. Really disappointingly low for what it is, right? Obviously, the Marvel Emperor is the most expensive in the set, but that's because it was advertised as a 1 in 10,000. I'm going on a tangent here, but we don't even know that the other Marvel legendaries are not 1 in 10,000. Like the Marvel Crown of Dominion might also be 1 in 10,000, but I digress. Emperor, I believe, is not worth anything because no one's won a skirmish with it yet, right? That's pretty much how I look at it. I saw Sasha. If you don't know who Sasha is, I'm not going to explain that right now, but arguably one of the best players in the world. Ex-LSS dev, top 8'd on Kano at Pro Tour Jersey. And he didn't, Jersey. He didn't get to come to Worlds, I believe, due to COVID, but I imagine he would have performed exceptionally well. All right, that's box 2 done. Box 3. He built, he posted a list of Emperor that he's been playing. Emperor as a wizard can do all the fancy wizard things that, you know, not exactly like Kano, not exactly like Icelander, but you know, red wizard cards are very, very overrated and powerful in the game. It's just, unfortunately, Emperor can only run reds. And this is what I want to talk about. The Emperor can only run reds. I'll tell you a secret. That's not because they wanted to stick to a theme. That's probably because Emperor would be the absolutely most strongest deck in the game if you could run blues. Because being able to, first of all, start the game with your opponent not knowing what the heck your deck is going to do. So you have no idea whether you should AB 3, 4, 1, 0. You don't know when the game starts because they're a warrior wizard. Second, they run, you can run the wizard boots, which in and of itself represents, like, it can represent lethal damage in a lot of cases because you can basically gain an action point during your opponent's phase because you can do things at instant speed. So really, even though you're at lower health, your opponent is also missing a turn or you have an extra turn. So my point is this. Flesh and Blood economically is a player's game. It's a player's market. If you cracked a lot of Dynasty early because you tried to flip and make money, cards like the Emperor you should not be selling. If that's what you're trying to do, make money, do not sell the Emperor. Yeah, that's still a risk. It might go down in price, but it's very unlikely to go down I think you really just need to wait for skirmish season to start. I don't know if you guys remember the last skirmish season, before Uprising ever came out, people won a few skirmishes on Icelander. I remember that there was a surge in the price for Wizard boots. I remember, and this was again before the full support came out in Uprising for Icelander. So what I'm trying to say is most of our market does not revolve around the rarity of the card. It revolves around the playability first. Like Blood of Drakai is also the cheapest Fable. Why? Because right now, Cold Foil Quicksilver, right now, not very playable. There's no decks winning with Drakai in the list. And so you don't have a whole bunch of people seeing lists wanting to play. You don't have a whole bunch of new people. A lot of new players to a game will look up meta decks, winning decks, because they want to win, as we all do. And they're going to jump onto decks that win a lot or perform well. And that's usually because they're trying to counter the handicap they have as a new player. So a lot of new players think, I'm going to lose anyway. I'm going to try and play a good deck so it makes up a little bit for my lack of skill, which is not a bad way to think of it. But again, I think some of the pricing in the set, there we go, Tiara. Some of the pricing in the set, it baffles the mind, and that's because it's just not being played. I wouldn't be selling those cards right now. If you're going to sell any cards for profit, it's Assassin. I think Assassin is actually way overhyped. I don't think it's very strong. I don't think it's going to win any pro quests. I think maybe it needs another set or two worth of support, which a lot of heroes had needed to become meta picks, to become strong. But yeah, you get where I'm going. I'm ranting. Hold on to cards that are low, like the Emperor. I think it's just a matter of time before you see those types of cards go up in price. Seems like Quicksilver Dagger. There's not a single deck list out there that's won anything because there's been no events with Dagger in it. So it's not a high-priced item. I think the Battle Axe is crap, but again, someone turns around and wins. Speaking of the Battle Axe, Rainbow Foil Battle Axe. Someone turns around and wins on a Dorinthia Battle Axe or a... I guess Bolton could play Battle Axe. You'll see an increase. Remember that guy that won on Talishar Dash in Singapore? There were a whole bunch of people trying to buy Cold Foil Talishars. That had never happened before. Never seen people like publicly shopping for a Cold Foil Talishar. Anyway. Let me put this pile of commons in a box. Alright, last box for Chad. It's been mediocre for a case so far, but we've only done 3/4 of it. Surgical Extraction is a big hit. Emperor is a very good hit, rarity-wise. Hyperdriver Cold Foil is good. And, you know, the Majestics are decent. I don't think we've seen, like, many double-up Majestics, which is what you want double-ups of the good ones, right? But actually, what I will do is I'm going to count how many Majestics we hit in a case, because that might help my... I'll try and do maths live. Don't judge me when I get it wrong. BIOS update foil. But yeah, with the lull of events between now and next year, it's not the best time to sell a lot of stuff. Because the meta's not settled. I don't think there's any tournaments happening. I think maybe there was one. I wonder what happened there. I'm trying to remember. What happened? Brody did well. I don't there was like the Battle Hardened or whatever 1 week after Worlds. I just can't remember the result of that event. But again, it's a very small sample size, and also there wasn't enough time for people to really get their head around the new cards and sets. Like I don't remember hearing anything about some spicy new tech. I think it's all the obvious stuff was being played. Like I don't think you change your Oldham or Icelander list very much after Dynasty. But we just have to wait. I think it'll be very interesting to see what ProQuest season does to the game. Chad, I hope there's something spicy in here, because so far the cold foils are low-ish value, and you have one Rainbow Foil Emperor. Alright, Plunder, Jumpstart. Chad's gonna think. He's not gonna think, he's gonna feel like I hosed him. Bias update. But hey, that's why I marked the cases first. Because I didn't want to make like 2 separate videos or something. I'll do both. I'll open one for me, one for him. We're halfway through this last box. There's still plenty of chances to get, yep, this is an alright hit. Same thing with these, like these cold foil legendary text Majestics. They have to be short printed, right? Because they say legendary. They're worth not much. But if you look at them, they're definitely highly playable. Again, in Emperor, but also with Crown of Dominion. And some of them are very, very powerful effects. Like, one of them makes a gold token, I think. Taking control of someone's item is very strong, because you can, like, literally steal a gold token off someone. You can ruin Kasai's combo by stealing copper. Dash's items can completely ruin the game for them if they don't have them as well. But, whoops, wrong pile, foil. My predictions, though, for what will be very strong is I do believe... Oh, what's this doing here? That's a foily. I do believe Dash is probably... It's hard to say, right? Because I feel like Oldham Iceland are still very strong in CC. But I think Dash is just got a big bump in power. I don't know if it'll take the space of like Briar, but I think it is more consistent. I do think Runeblade's inherently, with so many non-attack actions to play, they can brick. While Dash does run like items that are non-attack actions and can brick, it's much lower volume of them because the ratios is they need a lot of attacks. I wonder if we're gonna see aggro Dash, super go wide Dash in CC, like not Pounder. I think people are starting with hyperdrivers now, or mainline or something else. I'm just very curious to see if Dash is actually as good as I think she is. This is the last pack, Chad. This has not been the best case I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. All right, we got a rock. Okay. 3. So 28 non-foils. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. It's like 9 a box. It's like 8 to 10 a box where you'd hit. Yeah. It's more like 9, right? 9 Majestics a box. And there's 51 Majestics. So what did we say? 35, right? We had 35 of 51 Majestics. So technically, and there were double ups, right? We had like 2 brainstorms. I wasn't really paying attention, but like we had 2 BIOS updates. The reason I say this is like Heat Seeker. Is that a Heat Seeker? Double Heat Seeker. The reason I say this is, you know, we hit 1 surgical, 1 regicide. It still doesn't matter even in like a whole bunch of cases, because you're never going to hit every, like to get a play set of Majestics, the number is already huge just to hit 3 of every Majestic in the game in non-foil. It's very, 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 very hard to do in this set. So I'm not sure anything short printed, because there's no way to like get the data. I hope that I'm trying to remember which channel it was, opened 1,000 boxes, 250 cases. I believe they opened it for St. Hung. I hope like they do the same type of data analysis, because that helps, especially when it's like one person or one team opening, because they're probably not going to miss the stuff we were talking about, like in the bulk and whatever. But either way, I don't think anything's short printed. Like I said, I think a lot of people are jumping on that bandwagon for Assassin, which is silly because I don't think it's that strong, but it's just the new toy. I mean, it's okay. It's very good for the game when people jump on the new hero because LSS sells boxes, right? It's great for everyone involved. It keeps the game around. Chad, I will ship you all this. I'm going to open my case though before I log off. The Fluke case, maybe we'll hit a bit better than that. That was pretty, not pretty, that was a very mediocre box. All right, 25 minutes for one case because it's all right. I did pack a little bit at the end there. This will go quicker. Thanks for being here. If you're still here, hit the like and subscribe button if I'm entertaining you. You should definitely like the video if all you do is put me on the second screen and don't even look at me while I talk to you. So I do know a whole bunch of you don't actually watch the channel because you tell me that. Had someone, actually not one person, I've had a couple of people now say that they recognize me from my voice before the way I look because of that reason. I don't know if that's an insult or not, you know. Beat and trackers is very good. See, we didn't hit a single beat and trackers, I believe, in the last box, in the last case, even though it's just rare equipment. Hyperdriver. Although I didn't check every rare, but it's very good in Blitz. That guarantee, nearly guarantee, it's conditional, but it's like very likely to hit condition. Not having to risk scabbies means you can play Goliath gauntlets. I think that's what brutes are doing in Blitz. Some brutes anyway, they're going Goliath gauntlet into those boots just for guaranteed big turns. On brute, sometimes that's all you need to win the game is one guaranteed big turn. I quad intimed, quintuple intimed, and won many games recently just triple intiming, which is, I think quad intim is not needed. Triple intim is plenty with barraging. Quad intim at the late game is like cool to have, but it's usually unlikely that you have 4 cards or 5 cards to play with late game to do a quad intim. But I'm learning still. I'm very much new to the brute life, and I won't stick to it. It's just we play a lot of Blitz in Sydney, and whew, that's a cool hit. Marvel Majestic Minecraft skin. I have, ooh, and look at that, see? Triple Majestic pack. One's a Marvel, one's a Rainbow foil. How cool is that? Very cool. I'll take it. What was I saying? I think Celestial Kimono is actually quite good. I like this, all this ward stuff. Like, that's pretty much a tunic that's active all the time. Which basically, if you have a deck that mainly makes a lot of spectrals, then you're going to choose to pop the spectrals first, and that's going to give you a resource. The only problem is, I think, reading the card once per turn, it's like not as useful on your turn. Sorry, on the opponent's turn, because you're going to gain a resource, but I think it is useful if you end up like playing a lot of D-reacts and stuff, because let's say a Spectral Shield pops on the first attack, you gain a resource, then they swing again, you can pay for an unmovable with a yellow, which, you know, thinking of Prism here, yellows are what you want to run in the deck. So I haven't, you know, we don't know what that looks like because we can't even play Prism right now, but a lot of the new Illusionist cards are working off Ward and Spectrals, which is cool to see. Like even that card that says reveal the top card, if it's X color, make a Spectral, is cool in and of itself. Imperial Edict, here we go. This is another one we were talking about before. Name a card, can't be played. If you're royal, opponent reveals the card. Very, very strong. It's very strong. It's like pick a card, any card, but like that'll win you a game. I don't know if I'll, like, I haven't even thought of playing that yet, but if you think about it, well, the big downside there is it doesn't block at all, but it's not an instant. But like, how strong is it to, especially if someone reveals 2 of the same card name, you can say they can't. Does it say play though? Can't be played, yeah. But again, into Brute, if you say barraging and they have 2 barragings in them, they can't play either of them. It makes a huge turn a completely mediocre turn. Amethyst Tiara, double Majestic pack. See, the Tiara was in the Assassin slot, which maybe is why we're seeing less Surgicals, because that slot is full of all the equipment, right? So maybe there's some collation issues. Chris Gearing on occasion watches the channel. I hope he'll comment on whether it's short printed or not. I don't think they want to comment, because let's say it is short printed, it might not be something they want to say, because they don't always give that information up early. They don't want to affect the market either. But if you go to the Collectors Center on the Flesh and Blood website, you can actually see a list of stuff that's short printed and not per set. I have checked the Dynasty one. As of recording this video, it was not visible yet, but eventually it will be. And hey, if Surgical Extraction has a line next to it that says printed 66% less than other Majestics, and there's your answer. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to not print a blue Majestic that the deck needs as often as all the other Majestics the same deck needs. Like, I don't think they're trying, like, LSS doesn't benefit from a card being 6-7 times more than every other Majestic in this set, you know? Alrighty, box 2. See, I actually did that too quick. I don't think I checked for the rare. There's no rare, that's alright. Foil. What is that? That's not bad in red. Don't know if a lot of these cards, I think they're like, a lot of cards in this set are, like the Warrior ones, the Brute ones, they're all choices. Like, do I replace some of my old cards with this? But I'm trying to think of a specific example, but there's not that many must replace cards. Like, I don't think you have to buy a lot of the Dynasty cards to make your deck work. I don't think anything power level is super crazy. I think maybe Azalea, the new bow, is much better than Death Dealer, or, you know, it obviously synergizes with all the new arrows with aim counter text on them. But like the Warrior stuff, I'm pretty sure Dory runs the exact same list if she wants to. Ironsong Pride's a big upgrade, but that's a Majestic. Like, if you're taking out commons and putting in a Majestic, that's different. But it, ooh, that's a nice hit. Double Majestic pack. Very hard to read Full Art Regicide, but Full Art Regicide. Not the Blackout one, but hey. Unfortunately, I was 1 win away to win that, and I didn't. But I'm not planning to play Arachne, so I can live without a fancy Regicide in my life. I'm not a completionist collector. I don't really care. If I decide to build Arachne and I decide to get the full rarity deck, then I'll just buy one, you know. We haven't hit a lot of foil Majestics, if you think about it. Ah, okay, Regicide though. No, we've done very well, actually, with our foil Majestics, because we hit a... Oh, speaking of, holding it and not noticing, double foil Majestic in that pack. Crazy. I don't know if the camera can see them. That's probably better. It's actually really... Huh. Okay. We'll take a rainbow foil black tech. Reinforce. Man, we've got 2.5 boxes to go and we've hit a legendary. The best one, I think, you can hit still with the hype around it. It is also like makes the deck work. I don't think you would play Assassin without those boots, same as you probably wouldn't play Ninja without Mask of Momentum anymore. Rip to Mask of Pouncing Links. And what's funny, I remember when Everfest came out, like people talked a lot of shit about Pouncing Links, huh? And look at it, it's banned. It's that good. I find that hilarious. When I say a lot of people, like their initial reactions, the initial reactions to that card was not, this is busted, you know? They're like, well, why would you play that instead of Mask of Momentum? Well, clearly we hadn't seen Fire yet. And see, Arachne. I think you see way less Arachnes than surgical extractions as an adult. That's what I've noticed. Or Yoji. You don't see any Yojis. Pretty sure in Chad's entire case, we didn't hit a single Hero Majestic. Alright, last few packs. Alright. Annals, the Runeblade book. This is a very new type of weapon. We'll see. Imagine going from like the best weapon in the game in Rosetta Thorn to a weapon that doesn't attack. I wonder if anyone's actually going to play it seriously, you know? We will see. Alright, that's box 2. Crazy good box. Yeah, we hit a Regicide and a Black Tech in that box, if I'm remembering correctly. Alright, halfway point. Ooh, Payday foil. I don't know if that's worth anything. I mean, I'm sure it's not cheap, just because, again, it's a blue block 3 Assassin Majestic, right? It's going in the deck. How do you play that? You play that off, like... I mean, the ideal way is you hit 2 contracts, or one of 2, and then you banish a bunch, and then hopefully you have boots or something to give you an action point, right? People playing like Mage Master on Assassin? No, you can't. I guess you wish you had a Chromite Dragon for Assassin. That'd be great. Spectral Rider. Don't know why they have this horse theme in Illusionist. There was Frightmare and then Spectral Rider. Berserk. Oh, that's foil Majestic. Never mind. I do want to play this card. What am I doing here? This pile makes no sense. These are the big hits. That's the little hits. Okay. Celestial Kimono is a very good looking card. I really do hope there's a viable build of Illusionist. It's definitely not Dromai. Unless like Dromai gets a weapon that like gives all your Ash Wings Ward 1 or something. That I'm not against it. I think that would be a cool playstyle. To play a whole bunch of Ash Wings with Ward on them as well. Like they're Spectrals, but they attack in the Dromai way, you know? Could be cool. But for now, that seems like a Prism card with a whole bunch of Spectral Shield generation. Go Regicide. See, 2 Regicides this box. We've hit the full art foil and a non-foil. No extractions though. It's not helping me prove my point that they're not short printed. Well, yeah, I guess, how does it, how would I prove the point? Is hitting a lot of them, but again, small sample size. But again, I don't think I'm hitting a lot of any Majestic, so Chris Gearing, help us out, mate. What's the real? Did you guys mess up? Did they print Extraction at the same rate as Regicide or something accidentally? What's this? Season Saver. Of course it is. I like the shields, always have this full art type Marvel look. I wish they picked something other than shields to do that with. I feel like weapons are cooler, but... Alright, we're at the end of box 3. Rob the Rich. Looming Doom. This is gonna fall. 4 packs in the second last box. Is that our first rare? No, second. We hit the book. Actually finally finished my cold foil Spellfray for Blitz. Haven't actually played it yet, which is crazy, right? But I do believe that's the right decision in Blitz, is Spellfray. It was just a little bit hard to pick up, but now that you can get them in this set, try it. I think if you're playing an aggressive deck, especially into Kano, having Spellfray 3 to just maybe stop that one big turn they try and have without having to pitch anything is super vital. Because remember, when you're breaking that to stop an arcane, but you're keeping your whole hand intact to basically kill them. Because a lot of times when Kano deals damage on your turn, they can't block very well, or they can't prevent your arcane very well, and it's usually your opening to kill them, except you're usually having to choose between risking going too low and dying, or putting a card into AB, which means you can't deal as much damage. So Spellfray lets you... think of Spellfray 3 as a free red sigil, but better because you stop Kano's on hits potentially. And if you're playing Jubil as a warrior, Spellfray 3 plus the Jubil token is 4, which is usually the most important breakpoint, I believe, on Kano. It's unlikely to stop more than 4 without having a really crappy deck, but 4 is like Oasis. And Oasis is definitely a Kano killing card. Alright, let's see if this last box has any spice. I mean, if this is everything we get in the case, I'm not unhappy, but you know, still haven't actually pulled a Fable for myself. Is that the only card I haven't pulled? I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, not the Marvel Emperor, but I don't... Yeah, we've pulled plenty of Emperors. I'm not missing the card. I think I have 2 Rainbow Foil Emperors just for fun. This is the other one. Shuffle into its owner's deck. What is its owner? Does that mean you can give it to someone? It's interesting text, right? Something to think about. This is foil. It is foil. I wonder if that's... what does it say? Action. Shuffle Pure Ledger into its owner's deck. I guess, is that... That's a weird way to word it, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, but okay. Its owner... Why would... You can't activate an action. Like, if a Kyloria steals that, how are you supposed to activate it? You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand. I'm probably missing something. It's a 0 cost, which is kind of cool. It doesn't have go again though. Doesn't block either. Alright. Now I don't think we're gonna get much else, but I'm happy to be wrong. The second swell tidings. Yes, see? Like hitting 2 swell tidings doesn't feel good compared to 2 surgicals, but we don't get to pick. Alright, I think I got 6 or so packs left. Mainline. Seems busted to me. Because, you know, we're talking... Ooh, okay, second Marvel. Not the expensive one, but such a pretty card to hit. Also, again, we haven't seen this deck in any, like, big event. I believe Katsu wants to run this Crouching Tiger engine. But these will skyrocket in price if suddenly that's a very good deck to play. I think Fab sort of not. It's not a, when I say problem, Fab has a challenge now of so many decks, like, and a lot of them are, how do I put it? A lot of them are not crap. Like Dory's not S tier, but she's not crap. Mechanologist may not be S tier, but she's not crap. Viserai, Dromai, like you could see the right player on one of those decks taking out a big event. So it's also problematic when you're selling singles, I believe, is if it's a mad dash for the 1 heroes cards, they go up, but there's plenty of people playing plenty of different decks and there's not hype on a single one like Arachne's getting at the moment. It's harder to sell cards at a high value anyway. Well, that was my case. Chad, I apologize, I beat you in this case battle. Subscribe, guys, if you haven't. Hit me up if you want a box break for yourself or a case break. I can pretty much get my hands on anything up to like a case of alpha if you really wanted to. I don't need to make profit on the sale, so like I can get it for you at a good price, and then I get the video, which is hugely beneficial for me. Like I charged Chad what I paid for this case, so that I just get a free video out of it. See you soon. Thanks for watching.